In the mid-1900s, the largest toy maker in the United States was the Louis Marx Company. It made a wide variety of toys, including trains. And there were so many variations of each item that it's a collector's dream. Let's meet a man who can put an image to these varied items.
Before there were detailed scale models, electric trains were just toys. From the 1930s to the 1970s, nobody manufactured sturdier, more affordable toy trains than Louis Marx. Today there are few collections of Marx toy trains and accessories that can compare to the one Ray Cox has assembled in this refurbished barn in southern Rhode Island.
What got me interested was I had a toy train as a child. Went around Christmas Day. It was a Louis Marx train. I retired at 55. I had a golden handshake, and I said, well, what am I going to do in retirement? So I decided, and I always was a collector of something. You know, as a kid, I collected stamps, something, but then I said, I got the trains. I mean, I never knew this was going to grow this big, Louis Marx. Well, he's the toy king back in the 50s. It wasn't just trains. They had all kinds of play sets. You couldn't beat him. He produced a lot of toys. Like the tin plate gas stations, I don't normally collect. I got some of the older ones that went with the trains, but I don't get, I have one here that I let the kids play with because, and I say, play with it, it's a toy. And I let them play with it. And they're hard to break.
This extensive collection is the result of Ray's years of patient searching, shopping, and bargaining, and his development of a truly sophisticated eye. And while the play sets are certainly a source for joy, Ray has focused mainly on the trains themselves.
Most of my rarest are my Joy line, which was started in the 20s right out of Girard Company when he bought the Girard Company. And those would be my oldest and rarest. I got some of his first trains he made, the Joy line trains, and I only collect up to around 1975, 76 when they kind of went out of business when Quaker Oats bought the company, and then it faded out. A lot of your pre-wars, you got some pressed steel, tin plate. Then later on, from 1940 up, they went to the plastic, and of course some of it's mixed, plastic and steel. I started out definitely just metal, but then I did venture into the plastic. I have a lot of the 8-wheel tin plate from the 30s and 40s. I like the lithographing tin on the metal. It's the tin plate. I like the lithographing especially, and they made a lot of it. There are some sets where he only made it for 1 year, they're rare. I was looking for a Seaboard B unit, they call it. I found it because it was only in one set for 1 year. You know, did that I believe it was 1953. And then that was it. I have one prototype, an Army tank. I cherish something like that. I don't really look for prototypes because they're rare, and usually another Marx collector has it, they keep them.
Of course, even a savvy collector loves to watch trains run. So Ray created a layout that would incorporate both the Marx trains and the Marx toys.
The layout I decided I wanted to try to scale it to the best I could. It's hard to scale it because it was made as a toy. Most of the buildings from the play sets, because Marx was big on play sets. But I don't do the play sets. I look for just the tin buildings which I could use in the layout to run with the trains, trying to narrow it down and scale it the best to my ability, which is tough to do, but you can do it. It's total Marx, except for figurines. He did not make metal figurines. The figurines are all European, the ones I have up there. But the track, transformers, everything is Marx and the tin plate. I use shingles for roads, stones. I use lichen. A lot of moss, peat moss that I got right on my own property. Ledge stones, I didn't have to go out and buy it, it's here. Dried flowers, pick them, you spray paint them green, you got a tree. It's actually pretty simple and very reasonable.
Thanks to Ray Cox for preserving an important element of our past, the sheer joy of childhood. Through his love and determination, he has helped us all, if only for a few minutes, to be kids again.